Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Aston Villa career mode here on FIFA 16. This is episode number 8 and we do start with a little bit of player training here. Now I've actually been informed through Twitter, I was reading through Twitter and someone said that if you overtrain your youth players it actually stunts their growth. So as you see, I trained our Piera guy 3 times in 1 week. So instead of doing that now, I'm actually going to lay off of it a little bit just to try not to ruin his potential and to, basically just stunt his growth. But we do travel to Goodison Park up in Merseyside and to face Everton, which is going to be an interesting game. Obviously coming off the back of some pretty poor form in the last episode. If you haven't checked out, please do go and check it out before you check this episode out. And hopefully guys, we should be back onto the daily train of videos. Now I'm trying really hard to make sure there's content every single day for you guys, even though I am really busy with work and stuff. But facing Everton today, wasn't really too sure what to expect. We are still on world class, and as I said in the last episode, we are staying on world class until January, which is probably going to be in episode 10 or 11, and we'll kind of make a decision around about that sort of time whether or not we think we're good enough to stay on world class or whether we should just bump it down. Because the main thing is, guys, I do not want to get sacked from this career mode. We do start off with Stephen Naismith crossing one in to Kone, and somehow that wasn't offside. It looked like offside, although I did just quickly glance at it. But nevertheless, we do still find ourselves at 0-0, and Bezic comes in here, lovely bit of play. And my defending was absolutely horrible, and we do find ourselves 1-0 down very, very quickly here, which is really, really disappointing. We haven't been in great form anyway, and I thought my main problem was actually being able to put the ball in the back of the net, but it clearly sees as well that it's not just that, it is also my defending is pretty poor as well. But Kone passes it in there, and we get very lucky not to actually concede a goal there. Again, Naismith comes through, takes a shot, and a brilliant save by our goalkeeper Karius to keep the result at just 1-0. Batshuayi comes in here, takes a shot, and how the hell Joel actually managed to save that, I do not know. But Jack Grealish, or sorry, Scott Sinclair to whip it in. Good punch away from Joel, the Everton goalkeeper. Comes up to Vertwell, tries to pass it in to, I believe that was Michy Batshuayi, and unfortunately it didn't work. And then Scott Sinclair hits it from range. Vertwell again trying to get into the back of the net. Unfortunately, we do actually end up losing the game 1-0, which is really, really disappointing. We had a good few chances. The problem is, the very few chances I have, I'm just not putting them away, and I don't quite know why. We're not doing too bad in the My Player series with scoring goals, but it seems just this Aston Villa career mode, we are doing really, really bad, and it definitely does need to change very quickly, because ideally, guys, I don't want to put the difficulty down to professional. I find professional to be way too easy, whereas world class is very difficult. It's kind of annoying there's not like a medium difficulty between the two. I know a lot of people say the same thing about world class and legendary, but it's just so frustrating how we cannot seem to score any goals. So that is now like our 4th or 5th game without a goal, which is absolutely horrific. But again, I did continue to train this Piera guy. Hopefully I haven't messed up his growth too much, but he seems to be growing okay actually. You can see he shot up half an overall there, which is pretty incredible actually. And we do go back to home and at Villa Park obviously, and we do face Watford, one of the newly promoted sides into the Premier League. Obviously we are quite familiar with Watford, we do use them in the My Player series. That is the club that we have started off at in that series, so we're not completely unaware of Watford's team and the threats that they pose on us. They do have some very quick players. A lot of people this year are opting for a lot of Watford players in defence, right and left backs and wingers, because they have people like Ababo, Neom, Holbass, very, very quick players in their team, and people like Troy Deeney up front being pretty good as well. But I was hoping really to get a victory here. We should comfortably be able to beat Watford, or at least you would think so. And for some reason, Malgato kept cutting a few of these clips a bit randomly, which was I'm not too sure what's going on there. But Troy Deeney almost puts them 1-0 in front, and it is actually cleared away. Into the 17th minute here, Scott Sinclair whips in a corner, comes to the head of Mika Richards, and unfortunately it is actually parried away and out for a corner. But again, we get another chance here. Jack Grealish finds it into Batshuayi. Unfortunately, nothing did come of the chance, and we still found ourselves at 0-0, 36 minutes in to the first half. And you can see Gerardo here for Watford comes in with a load of trickery there, and a fantastic save yet again by Karius. Although he has been letting in a few, he has been performing some absolutely spectacular saves. A really big improvement in my opinion over Brad Guzan. But Troy Deeney here comes into the box, passes it in, and unfortunately Abdi from Watford does actually put them 1-0 in front on literally the edge of half time. But we do go into the second half looking to try and do a little bit better than we did in the first half. We start off well here, Traore hits it and it comes back out, and unfortunately we couldn't actually put the ball into the back of the net, which seems to be the problem, as I said in the last couple of episodes. I don't know what it is, and I do apologise that some of these episodes aren't going too well just because I am playing like absolute shit recently. But Bellaculum here tries to find the room to pass it, even passes it in to Troy Deeney, who takes a shot, and unfortunately it was a very bad shot for him and didn't end up in the back of the net. But Capoue here, former ever Spurs player, passes it in to Matthias. I believe Matthias Fernandez, someone that we used quite a lot at Fiorentina, takes a shot, and a decent attempt at goal from him, but unfortunately for him and Watford it did go wide. Luckily for us really. But Ibarbo here finds Matthias Fernandez, who runs through on goal, and unfortunately he does miss for him anyway, unfortunately for us, because we were playing really bad. And you can see it gets to the 90th minute here, Neon picks it up on the edge of the area, my players trip over each other, and Watford do find them 2-0 up at the hands of Alessandro Diamante, and we do walk away with yet another loss in the Premier League, which is really disappointing. I don't know what I can do to play better on world class. I'm definitely going to have to try and hold the ball more, maybe try and play a tiki-taka style of football, which may or may not work, I don't know. But again, we do some more player training here, and again I think, yeah, I was training the same player way too much, but he did seem to be growing quite well, so I'm not too sure whether it works for every youth player. If you overtrain them, it stunts their growth. But nevertheless, we do get an injury there as well, though it wasn't for very long at all, which is good. And you can see we are down in 11th, which isn't great. I want to try and improve on that in the next couple of episodes. And you can see our record as well, 4-5-5, is really shocking. We do need to really improve on that. And hopefully in the next episode, guys, we can do that, because if not, the danger signs are going to be there, because I do not want to get sacked from this job at Aston Villa. It's a team that I really wanted to do, and I want to continue on for at least 3 or 4 seasons. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you have enjoyed, if we could smash over 5 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. And if you haven't already, go and subscribe to the channel for lots more FIFA 16 career mode content. And I'll speak to you guys in episode number 9 of the Aston Villa career mode very soon.